We shot this in LA and it was like in downtown, right off of Los Angeles Street. Every now and then we'll get like one straggler, like one dude just like walking down the street minding his own business and like seeing the money trickle on the ground and like run after it and try to grab it and, you know, pick it up and be like, oh, fuck y'all.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, little nigga bugging me. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery.
His manager hit me up and was like, yo, this is Anderson's new single. It's coming out soon. Like, we need to do a crazy video. Like, you know, write a treatment as if you had unlimited budget. Like, I need high-speed chases and jumping out of helicopters and like Vegas trips and all kinds of shit. Maybe like 3 days before, I had to meet with Dr. Dre to like, you know, get the okay on the video. And so I went to his house or it's like his castle in the hills. He had me go through the treatment again. And he was like, all right, cool. Like, this is cool. I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? And then like literally after I left his house, maybe like 2 hours later, he was like, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really feeling it. You know, in order to be a great director, you have to be able to tell a story. And so I think one thing that stuck out to me was the ATM scene. And I was like, yo, so what if we just did all this stuff, all these crazy scenes, but just somehow implemented the ATM into it?
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in.
When I first wrote the treatment, like I honestly didn't think that this would be possible. I thought it was gonna be all visual effects. There, my boy Carlos, and you know, he was able to team up with like these like practical effects, you know, crew that kind of basically built a malfunctioning ATM from scratch. The way the money is shooting out is like there is a Supreme money gun back here. So like a couple years ago, like Supreme put out like a money gun. You know, I was like, yo, we could just like, you know, somehow rig a money gun in there. I feel like it'll work. So there's like a remote control that connects off screen. When you first get that big check, you kind of wild out, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like the money spitting out represents that.
Me act the fool for the paper, had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over bait.
Forget the money flying around. Imagine driving down the street and seeing a zebra. Once we like locked in on this scene, we knew we had a classic, and it was all because of this guy right here, man. So, man, he's only like 6 years old, but like he sings better than his dad, he dances better than his dad, and he's starting to play the drums. And we couldn't really figure out where to put him at because some of the scenes were like kind of, you know, too risque. There's a picture with Mike Tyson, and we was like, yo, we want to recreate this scene. The animal company that we rented the zebra from, they had tigers, but like they have like labor laws for like cub tigers. So we had to either get a big tiger or another animal. We're like, nah, let's go with the little zebra. What was dope about the zebra is that we were able to create a mini version for my man Soul to ride. And on the day of the shoot, you know, it was just a white horse. And I'm just like, I know it's a white horse, but like, you know, it's close to a zebra, but it's just not right. You know what I'm saying? And I think at the last second, one of our gaffers just like said, yo, I got some tape. And he got some electric tape and just like taped it all over the white horse. And then, you know, made it official.
Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe.
This scene right here was probably the most ambitious out of the scenes that we attempted to do. Bro, this pool is so big, man. This pool is at least 200 feet wide. You know, our producer was trying to like figure out like how much does it cost to like fill a pool up with like fake money? You know what I'm saying? And we did the math, and I think it's like $100 like per inch. So I think to fill this pool up, like ideally we were looking at spending like $100,000 to like barely fill it halfway up, and that wasn't about to happen. So, you know, we figured it out. We was like, yo, you know, let's just like figure out if we can do it visual effects wise. Pool is empty and there's a big green like foam pit right here. And so each time Anderson jumped, he would jump down into this foam pit. You know, Anderson was super game, man. He maybe jumped into that foam pit 20 times until we got the right, you know what I'm saying, shot.
You better be all you can. Get high in a minute.
I remember I had everything down to a T. He goes to the counter, demands the fries. The kids behind the counters are like staring at the girls off camera. This dude right here is the homie Sideshow. If you didn't know who he was, you'd think he's just like a normal teenager, but he's like a super dope trap rapper from Louisiana. These dudes in the video are all part of Anderson .Paak's Free National Band. This is his bass player right here. Sideshow, like he came late, and so this guy, you know, was the lucky one that got to sit at the table. So he didn't know what was going on until we called action, and then when he found out what we was doing, he literally had this look on his face the whole time.
He did what? Oh no, sweetie, you can't let him do you like that.
I actually called up my homegirl Dolly. She's like a super dope actress. We wrote a couple of lines improv a few lines and kind of came up with this whole little spiel between her as the escort and her date, the ATM. She's in the original video for No Worries Link Up, which is an Anderson .Paak video.
Hey, what a bitch.
That was the first time I met her, and she's a dope actress, and she kills it every time.
One in the hand, one in the hand.
You know, we was like, yo, that'd be crazy if you had like 6 arms, you know what I'm saying? And it was based off this like Salvador Dali photo, and he had 6 arms. One hand was reading a book, one hand was lighting a cigar, and we was like, yo, we gotta do this somehow, some way. And so I thought, like, you know, what's like the ultimate like ignorant thing that someone would do with unlimited money? And we're like, yo, they would definitely go like to Tony's black market and buy like an arm and a leg and maybe 6 arms, you know what I'm saying, and get them all attached. This scene was fun, man. I mean, we just shot this obviously with like one arm, the forearm on top, and then we actually did another take with a green screen behind him, and we just had him do a bunch of crazy stuff. Some of the moves are like, you know, Millie Rock, doing like, you know, the worm, just a bunch of like weird dances. And, you know, we had our effects team go in and like, you know, attach him to the body and make it legit.
Look at the cash, bubbling.
The obvious thing is like, you know, if you spend too much money, it'll kill you. But I think, you know, when we decided to put the ATM on top of Anderson, we wanted to represent like, it's not necessarily killing you, but it'll fuck you up.
Stay the fuck out of that. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling.
This one dude drove by, like this one like hood dude in like a Bronco, like bumping music, pulled up, and he was like, "Man, that ain't YG."